How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. Too often in Watcher of Realms, people are saying, I can't beat Gear Raid 3 because I don't have a Piercer Lord. You do not need a Piercer Lord. You never need a Piercer Lord. Is it much easier with a Piercer Lord to beat Gear Raid 3? Yes, absolutely. But in this video, I'm going to show you here on Zeri's account how I beat it with no Piercer Lord. I actually originally beat it using some legendary heroes like Setrum and Constance. Those were the only two. And then I was like, I can just beat this, no Piercer Lord, no Elysia, who's like a special epic lord, and no legendaries without power dominance. So I went in and I did it with this team over here right behind me. And there's some good gear on this account, but it's all extremely, extremely attainable gear. And I've got proof of that. We're on Zeri's account. It's only level 68. It's not some super endgame account. And actually, he did kind of the right thing. Shout out to Belgium over here, but he did kind of the right thing. He's good at Gear Raid 2. Right? He's been able to farm Gear Raid 2 for a while, and he's pretty darn good on Gear Raid 1. He's had these beaten forever. Now I just beat Gear Raid 319 for him, but you can see he was able to beat those, and he farmed them. Not that heavily. His level would be higher. He'd be higher than level 68 if he did some crazy whale farming or something. He's just a normal guy on a normal account. He is on day 68. And he paid me for a takeover, asked me to beat 319 because it was hard to do without a Piercer Lord. So we went in and we did it. It's as simple as that. So I'll show you all the gearing at the end. But TLDR, power dominance is off. This is the squad. If you want to see that other comp where I did an Arbiter comp with Elysia and Constance, and we also brought Setrum, I can. But essentially, it was just an easier version of this. This is like very bare bones, no Piercer Lord, totally free to play, all epics. Camille's here literally just to be a 5th watcher for the bonus. That's it. This is pretty dang simple stuff, guys. It comes down to placements, timing, patience, strategy, and having a good build on your Idril. You'll see, though, totally broken set on the right. I just took his absolute best broken set pieces, cranked this stuff up to the moon, and you get the job done. We've got a legendary artifact. You can buy all the essences to promote this higher for the Idril's Gaze in the shop, and she can soul this whole thing with just I as a Lord. I will say this comp needs Laurel. If you don't have a Pierce Lord and you don't have Laurel, you still can beat it, but at that point you need phenomenal gear or you're going to need to use a bunch of legendary heroes. I want to make this as accessible as possible. Remember, as is the case whenever I do epic only content or like challenge style content, I'm not telling you to use Theowen. I'm just using Theowen because he doesn't even have Maul on this account. That's why we're using Theowen and Brienne. There's no Maul. He didn't even save a copy of Drogo, so it's really bare bones. If you have Setrum, use him. If you have Sargok, use him. If you have Lucius, use him. If you have Silas, use him. So on. Even on stage 19, you could use Hex because the magic resistance is not through the roof yet. 20 and 21, it's not an option. So this is how you do it. This does scale all the way up to 21. I've done probably 10 to 15 takeovers ever with no Piercer Lord stage 21 Gear Raid 3. The gear requirement's harder. You got to be patient, but you'll get it done. Follow the fundamentals here I'm about to show you, and you shall see. I'll show you everyone's full build very quickly at the end, but I do just want to get straight into the content. I will tell you, I might have to restart the run, and I'm not going to cut it. Why might I have to restart the run? It comes down to Dolores RNG. Let me also tell you, you can more easily, it's better without Dolores at this point if you have Beelzebub, Constance, or Diao Chan, if you don't have a Piercer Lord. But I'm bringing Dolores because she's the most accessible. She's the only epic of that bunch. But I'll tell you, there's Dolores RNG over here with Merciful Bounty. The second part here, when Graceful Dancing ends, that is her ultimate. That's where the inspiration comes from. When it ends, there's a 50-50 chance to increase her rage by 300. The ult cost is 900, so it's a 33% boost when you finish. You need this for cycling, especially for the beginning, as you're going to see. If we don't get it, I will reset it. At Awaken level 5, as you can see over here, you get this improved effect on the passive. When Graceful Dancing ends, it increases the chance to 80%, not 50%, but still 20% of the time you won't get it. If you are able to get Dolores' exclusive, it gives you the other 20%, and then there's no RNG, but likely you don't have it if you're still struggling to beat 319. But I'll tell you, later on, 320, 321, you might have her exclusive by then. I would always go broken set on Dolores like we did here if you have her exclusive, but you can't get a full Wings of Grace set because the RNG is very annoying. So hopefully we get the RNG on the first roll. We get that plus 300. I'll point it out. Let's head right into battle. So you saw Dolores is not in Invigoration, but Dallin is. Completely bogus, not leveled gear. But that allows Dallin to place Invig on Dolores. And let me move myself out of the way so you can see. And very importantly, it means Dallin is also wearing Invig. So like when I place a Hollow and Laurel, who are also in Invig, they can't place it on Dallin because she's already wearing it. It guarantees that when we place Laurel, basically, it's going to go on Dallin, and when we place Hollow, it guarantees it's going to go on Theowen. Or I should say, it guarantees it's, when we place Laurel, it's not going to go on Dallin. It guarantees it's going to go on Idril. You can also just change how you point her, but this way we make sure Idril and Theowen both get the buff. So let this happen. We hit 11, place down Idril, throws on 1x. We're about to get a big cost burst from Dallin. My Dallin's not even fully skilled. I just got to level 4 on the cost gen ability. We wait. Right when we get that pop, we're going to ult with Dolores, place Laurel. You can see I point her up, so it can't even land on Dallin, but it does solve the problem with Theowen. Then let's pick her up. She's going to give a rage boost from her talent to Idril. Let's ult with Idril. So this is the moment, right? We can already place Theowen. He can't reach, though, because we don't have a Piercer Lord. But you'll see, when we run out of this ultimate with Dolores in 14 seconds time, it's going to be a little longer because I'm super slow-moing it, there's an 80% chance it's going to say plus 300 above her head. That will allow us to ult again when the boss comes out while Idril's still going and get all the early DPS we need. If that doesn't happen, I'm just going to start the run over. Because there's no other way to beat it, at least the way I have it. We're going to use Brienne for the left here. That first bunch, it's only 5 mobs, and that's all we need Brienne for. So we'll place her over there. So here's the moment of truth, Dolores. Look above Dolores' head. No plus 300. Wow, so 20%. I knew that was going to happen, but hey, I got to illustrate my point, even if it's going to make the video, whatever, 50 seconds longer. I'm not going to talk you through super slow, all that stuff now. I'm just going to go do it now that you get it. When that happens, when you get bad RNG, you can get locked in this game into RNG instances if you just say retry instead of fully exiting the instance like I did back to the selection screen. Go back to the selection screen. Don't get locked into bad RNG. It doesn't always happen like it used to, but it still happens a lot. So we place Dolores first, and then Dallin pointed towards Dolores, so she gets the Invig. Throw us on 2x. You guys get what I'm doing now. So if we miss this twice in a row, that's a 1 in 25 chance. That's a 4% chance. So that better not happen. 20% times 20%. We wait for Laurel. As soon as she pops, I ult with Dolores. Laurel down. Laurel up. You see we get that half the rage bar back. Let's go with Idril. We can get Theowen down. Theowen's terrible at this. I don't have any other options. See, this is Idril. There's no power dominance, right? She's this strong. 19 is not hard, guys. You can go broken set, just get your attack high, get your crit damage high, you'll be good to go with the Dolores, with the Diao Chan, with the Beelzebub, with the Constance, someone to boost Idril. Here's the moment of truth. If we miss again, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. Let's place Brienne over there. Plus 300. You see, we got it that time, and now she's almost ready to go. We need that, because now she's hitting not that hard. The second I ult with Dolores, she's hitting hard as crap. You're going to see I'm going to place Hollow here. Hollow is wearing a Tumultuous Horn. You don't need this, but it allows for another early burst because she's full. There's the horn. Early burst from Idril because Idril hits harder when she's ulting and another ally ults. That's a key thing with Idril. And on top of that, it allows us to build rage faster for the next cycle. So you can see we're taking out already over a third of his health. Let's let that rock and roll. We're going to place Ein here. You'll see Ein's gear is comically bad. I just put enough HP that he doesn't get one shot by the summons. That's literally it. It's like all plus 12. It's terrible gear. We're not going to go with Theowen yet. I want to do Theowen. Actually, we will. Because if Dolores wasn't still ulting, I wouldn't have. But here's a cool thing with Theowen that does work. Even though this is the boss, the succubus, she's not in range. The range on his blade is larger. So he's getting a couple little hits. That could be the difference. So do it. He's there really just to kill the summon, so it doesn't become an issue. All right, so let's throw this on 1x. You can see we're going to place Laurel. We're not going to ult yet, though, because we're basically full with Dolores. So the second Dolores is full, we ult. Then we pick up Laurel. See, Dallin dies. It doesn't matter. She already did all the costs we need. Now we ult with Idril. Cool thing with Ein, he can ult even when no one's in range, so that gives another boost there to Idril. Brienne still can't reach, by the way, but she'll be able to handle it, no problem. I'll even move myself down so you can see better. And the Brienne build, again, everyone's broken set. I'm sure that will be on the thumbnail. It's like all broken sets, no Piercer Lord. That's going to be the title of this video. But you'll see, now we can focus in. Now they're in Brienne's range. I wait till they settle. She's still ulting and Idril's still ulting. So we get a boost here. See how much harder that hits? We get a boost here. And now from Theon, we get a boost there. And now we're tearing through this. There is a little bit of RNG that we might not get the kill fast enough, but I think we'll just make it. Hopefully we get the plus 300 with Dolores here. We did, so now she's full. Ult again. The boss is already dead. Perfect. We can pick up Theowen. We're not going to pick up Ein because he's basically like an Idril trigger button, if that makes sense to you guys. Because essentially we can just use his ult to pop her ult harder from her passive. I'll go over that right after this battle as well. This is where it gets kind of sticky. She needs to just be able to pick these guys off. That time is actually pretty comfy. As long as she's ulting and Dolores is ulting, and those are the only three to focus on, she's going to kill them in like 3 or 4 hits. And this ult lasts forever. Obviously, you need Idril A5, so she gets the ult duration continuing more and more and more every time she gets a kill. We'll go over that quickly after this too. But you can see we're already done. Like, the fight's done. Nothing can get in our way at this point. I'll even show you something. We can pick up Brienne. You can leave her if your DPS isn't as good as here, but I'll just show you. We've got enough. Idril's going to solo this. Let's ult with Hollow now, so Idril's ready. We're going to place Laurel down. Now we wait. This guy's going to come from the side in a second. So as soon as he shows his face, ult with Idril, then ult with Dolores. We're not going to pick up Laurel yet because we can get another boost here and a little bit more rage. We ult with Laurel, then we ult with Ein just for that boost. You can place Dallin down. She might get an ult off, just passive generation and auto ult. Probably won't, but it's worth a shot. Now the second Laurel's done, we can pick her up. Place Theo in here. You don't need it because he's not going to be able to reach, but you can. Could be the little difference at the end. Let's ult there. Picking everyone off. You can see we're soloing this. It's pretty funny. You can put Brienne here as a contingency plan in case something goes wrong. And now we're just going to start picking this off. So it looks like, oh no, the run's going to end. Idril's running out of ult juice. She's running out of rage. Her time's running out. 3 seconds left. Don't worry. Remember, we ran the ult with Laurel, and then we picked up Laurel. She's basically going to be full right when this is finished. Is she going to get the kill, so I can't even show you? Well, there you go. She was full. You see. So it's actually pretty easy once you get the timing down pat. We have good gear, but it's totally broken set. It's all gear you can get from 119 and 219. You could do this with gear and freaking 118 and 218. If you want me to show that, I'll show it too. This is really just a proof of concept. It's really not that hard. You just have to be willing to buck up and farm. You know, I think a lot of people are resistant to doing that. But there you go. No Piercer Lord at all. Power Dominance was off the whole time. So let's start with the Idril stuff because she's the most important. This is the passive I'm talking about. Each time an ally casts their ultimate, the next attack will be 100% increased damage. This literally is 2x damage. That's great. On top of that, airborne units take 70% extra damage instead. That's not instead, that's on top of it. So if the next hit was going to be 100, now it's like 270, essentially. It's so powerful. You want to time this out very effectively. Very good. If we go to that A5 I was discussing, let me move myself out of the way. During the effect of Limitless Shots, which is her ultimate, every kill is going to extend the duration by 3 seconds. So that's why it feels like she's ulting forever and ever. There's a point where you cap it, but she'll, especially in a comp like this where she's soloing it, essentially. Theowen put up like 2 million damage and she did all the rest. It's gonna be a long ults and it'll be enough time. And while she's ulting, you can still gain rage. She can't gain rage from her basic attacks or from being attacked, but she can gain rage from Laurel, from Hollow. Maybe you have an Eloin, maybe you have a Leia. She can still gain rage from other sources, just not personally herself. She can't give herself more rage. Let's just go to Brienne while we're here. I guess Brienne is in the one non-broken set, but you saw a complete overkill. Again, we were using the better gear on his account, right? It is what it is. But it's just ancients. This is all tier 1 stuff. There's no reason you can't farm this stuff up. Nothing's too crazy. She's not crit capped. She's not that fast. Not even that much attack. I mean, we're coming in at 9,473. That's where using her dual faction membership in Watcher and using as Ein as the Lord is really helpful. She's in a +2 promotion Shadow Gaze. I mean, you guys, there's no excuses, right? You can't say, oh, this gear is so crazy. It's not. Like, this piece is crazy. Come on, we're using a crit rate bangle over here. Just farm 218, 500 times. You'll get some gear, right? 1,000 times, 2,000 times if you have to. No excuses, right? Tier 1 gear. There you go. She handled the side by herself. And also, you can get away with way worse gear if you're lucky enough to have Maul, or even if you built out Drogo to 6-star. It'd be much better, right? So you're fine there. That's Brienne. Let's continue on. Anyone else here? Here's Hollow. Random Invig, +12, +16. Broken set on the side, just looking for attack speed and rage regen. Really nothing special here. For the artifact, we've got her in the Tumultuous Horn, promo 3, just more initial rage so we can cycle faster. Even if you got a 0 promotion Tumultuous Horn, I love putting that on Hollow. That's something I do in like all my takeovers now. It's very helpful. Here's Dolores. You saw she was broken set. Everything again except for this one random tier 3 random piece that we're taking just for the flat attack and the rage regen. Everything else tier 1 and broken set. Some random Calamity on the left. Just got her attack as high as we could do it. It's nothing too special. 12.5k. She's in a max out Keen Wisdom, an epic artifact you'll get the first time you farm Artifact Material Raid for more than 2 runs, basically. Easy peasy. Laurel, the build doesn't matter at all. I didn't even touch the left side gear, to be honest. I just wanted to make sure she had at least, I think you need 16k, I believe it is, so she doesn't get one shot if your timing's off by the Succubus, but the Succubus never even target her. All we wanted was any amount of Invig, just so she could place the Invig on Idril. You can also do all of this without Invigoration, right? You just maybe complete the sets, or maybe use a Piercer Lord, or maybe use a couple legendaries. There's so many ways you can make it easier on yourself. You don't have to do like challenge content like I'm doing to show you guys in this guide. Here's Keen Wisdom. Who cares? It could have been anything. She could have been nothing. This is nothing, right? She did nothing. She's there just to go up. If you don't know how her talent works, anyone in a directly adjacent tile, that's the 3 in front of her, the 3 behind, 1 to the right, and 1 to the left. Anytime she dies or is retreated from battle, they get half of their rage bar back, so half of the ult cost is given, and that helps a lot. We would not be able to do this strat without her. That's Laurel. Theowin, I'm pretty sure he's broken set too. Yeah, just took whatever random good ancients there were, just going for attack bonus. This one crit damage. This is just a nice random glacier piece. Calamity, there you go. All tier 1. You know, broken set, it's fine. These are the stats. I just wanted his attack kind of high. I didn't want him too slow. I wanted a little bit of rage regen. I don't even know what artifact. I don't even think I put an artifact on him. He's in a base promotion sharpshooter crest. It is what it is. I'll show you this Ein build. Pretty great. I just put enough right side HP bonus gear. They're all plus 12, you can see. Totally broken set that he'd have. I think I wanted at least 28k is what I was looking for. He came in at 32.8. This was fine. An artifact, I did a base promo. I didn't even look at which one it was. This is just for the extra 950 HP. Who cares? We showed you Brienne, showed you Idril. For Dallin, she's not even wearing gear on the left. I took the most random Invig he had just so I could put her down and get Invig on Dolores. She is here to make use of this skill. Ideally, you want this at level 5, but even to level 3 would work. Level 4 just means it's faster that she makes the rage. I find you only really need level 3 for Gear Raid 2. I like having level 4 for Gear Raid 3 because you want that slightly earlier trigger. It lets you get Laurel down and back up faster so Idril can ult faster. She only needs promotion 1 to unlock that skill. So that's it. You know, this is, what is this? A 4,281 BP. No artifact. Finally, Camille was not used. She wasn't deployed. This was to take advantage of Ein's Lord skill, if you don't know, with the Watcher skills, similar to like the Northerner Lords. With the Watcher Lords, you can see it increases, where does it say? Periodically increases faction team members' damage and bonus, a health bonus, healing bonus. But the more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequently it takes into effect. So we were already using 4 units. We had our Lord, then our 2 marksmen, and then Dallin. I just needed a 5th one to get that slightly better. There you go. We didn't even run a 10th unit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Fastidious. I'll tell you really quick, the original clearance I did was like this. And then I was like, I could make it even more free-to-play friendly. This was the original team. Basically, where Theon went, we put Setram. I put Elysia in the middle, and you can really spam that Elysia button. Elysia is phenomenal. I think she really is baby Praetus in so much stuff. And exactly the same gear Dolores was wearing was on Constance. And that's it. That's the whole stuff. That's the whole thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been Fastidious. I really hope this helps some of you. We do have a live Gear Raid 3 Oracles trial right now. So I'm hoping, you know, there's still 3.5 days left. So I'm hoping tonight I'm going to get this video out and maybe some people will beat 319 for the first time. If that's you, let me know in the comments. If you're watching in the future, say hi. How's the future? Let me know how it is in the comments. Thank you. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.